It's Dennis and Callahan.
Yes or no? Will Dino be in this good a mood on Friday?
That was fun, Shield. Good to see you.
Gerry would run out
what?
and just bathe.
Did you?
I'd ask Ramon Green if I could stay with him.
Does he know that he's
on the boat?
With John Dennis.
Guess who's back tomorrow?
Ooh, this will be fun.
This is back.
Happy Dino goes away, and Kirky comes.
Oh, no. I'm getting
the nosebleed.
I'm getting a nosebleed. I'm getting a cough.
Gerry Callahan.
I'm not sure why they like you because you've claimed you had sex with my wife.
That's not a claim.
And that one of my sons is actually your son,
That's
not my
fact.
son. You've said that on the air.
Do you know for a fact that's not true?
I have not had the DNA testing yet because I can't afford it. But when I can,
And Kirk Minihane.
Mr. Happy.
Mr. Happy's
throat
back.
punch him.
He's been off for 2 weeks. He's been traveling,
Right in the
resting.
Adam's
I'll
apple.
bet you he's a new man.
Mellow?
I bet
Oh, my God.
I bet he's mellowed out. Traveled across Ireland with his family. I'll bet he's a new man.
I'll bet he's not.
On Sports Radio WEEI.
all right, one of these things is not like the other. I see Gerry Callahan.
What the hell are you doing here?
I see Kirk Minihane. I have no idea why I'm here.
Would you get a phone call late night?
Yes, I did, Jerry. As a matter of fact, I did get a phone call late last night.
Welcome back, Kirk. Good to see you.
Hey guys, it's great to be back.
It's good to see you.
Nice to see you.
Re-energized?
Tot-
Recharge the batteries?
I was dreading that could be brought by the letter. I thought this show was going to be brought by the letter D. Dodgers, dreading, dickhead. But some of that is not the case today, Jerry. I am back, and it feels like a vacation because Uncle Dino
I'm getting the nosebleed.
tapped out.
I'm getting a nosebleed.
He couldn't handle.
I'm getting a
You might as well
cough.
leave. Stop, Paul. You're terrible. You might as well leave. I'm just going to talk to that chair all day because that's my chair. I own that now. That's my little piece of real estate.
You can-
Because
I'll sit here and let
John
you talk to it.
Dennis is terrified of Kirk Seamus Minihane. 5'11", maybe 160 pounds. Just a guy who walked in there. Dino tried to get rid of the minute I got here, and now I own him. His wife's a real estate agent, and he might want to buy some property because Kirk Minihane has got a big piece of real estate in the John Dennis world right now. That entire big belly of his is mine. I own the whole thing.
I've been here a while. I've been with Dino a long, long time. I am, even by Dino's standards, this is a surprise. I don't know about you, Mutt, but we were with him. Mutt was with him
Very
Wednesday.
surprised.
I've never seen him so happy.
I'm sure the
And
show's terrible,
I'm serious.
but you know.
I didn't say the show was good. I just said he was happy.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
And you did your best, Mutt. You did great trendings that day.
Mutt,
too,
that was a terrible show.
You don't know that.
I listened to parts of it. You told me it was terrible.
That Patty Harrington interview was solid.
Actually, that was the best part of it.
Come on, kid.
It was. You didn't think that, Patty? I'm
I don't
serious.
think we're sitting here. We're talking about like this. Like you guys, the service dog issue hasn't been fixed yet. I mean, can we get to the bottom of that goddamn thing right now? And I'll tell you right now, Bill Parcells, a Patriots Hall of Famer. We can talk about that all day if you want. And I'll say another thing too, Gerry. I don't like interleague play. Don't like it. I don't like it.
Dino was ambivalent. Kurt Schilling doesn't like it. I like it. I asked Dino, and he said he was ambivalent.
Schilling passed out at about 8:40 yesterday.
No, he didn't.
When you have 7 sausages,
he was happy.
grits,
We had
and
a
bacon, it's
huge-
going to happen.
We got a huge breakfast order.
All I know is,
delivered.
John, I got a bunch of tweets. Most of the tweets, you know how it is when it goes to your account when you're gone for a couple weeks. Most of the tweets say the show sucks. Without you, we love you. So I know John gets ones that say the show, they're from the same 4 people, that he's the greatest, da-da-da-da-da-da. But, I listen to the parts. The parts I listen to on demand were terrible. But most of the time I'm on the show, it's terrible too, so it's not a big deal. But I just got a lot of tweets. Dino was talking a lot of junk about me. I saw John on Twitter saying he's going to beat me up and he's going to do this, he's going to do that. I'm terrible. And I was ready to go today. I was all excited. It was going to be a 4-hour war, a fight. We could print those tweets out, Ken. We'll look at all the ones you retweeted. And he had been totally healthy the last couple of weeks. He had called in sick a bunch when I had been here before.
He had been not only healthy, happy.
And you would say his appetite was good.
Yes, he was.
It's like with
it was like Thanksgiving
it's
dinner.
Like with Bennett.
yesterday.
You're worried about the appetite.
Yeah.
The appetite was good, right, with John?
Yeah.
Fine, no
Yes,
issues,
yes,
no nosebleeds.
No.
You ever seen
no.
him have a nosebleed?
No. He was Wednesday in Connecticut. That was not an easy show. It was very, it was very cold. It was a long, long drive. But
Yeah, cold?
It was cold as hell.
One of those days, yeah.
One of those mornings.
Before the sun came up,
We were
yeah.
underdressed. Except Mutt. Mutt was smart. He wore a sweatshirt.
I'll never do that show again. That's a Kirk Minihane guarantee.
But it was a good time, actually. I liked Patty Harrington. I'm rooting for him now.
He likes the Olympics. Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
but he was a
Should we
different
play
guy. We can.
He was a different guy? He was a good host?
He was happy.
Oh, I got you.
Happy. And that was mostly because you weren't there, but he just was very happy. Yesterday, Schilling, me, John, very happy.
That was fun, Shield. Good to see you.
What a fake voice, God.
That was Dino the last 4 days, maybe even the last 10
I'm
days.
going to say the last 2 weeks.
Yes.
Is that the couple
When you
shows
were in
I've
here
been,
with him, weren't you surprised? at
Dino
how
was in
happy?
a very good mood. He was.
Were he and Gerry talking during the breaks?
Gerry,
No, we weren't.
Not that I noticed. No.
No, that didn't.
On the
change.
air, yes. Off the air, not as much.
Right.
Jerry would run
The
out
what?
and just bathe.
Did you?
I'd ask Ramon Green if I could stay with him
Does he know that he's
on the boat.
God, Jesus Christ.
That's what you missed. Happy Dino.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to be off today, but I know that, and I'm off next week. I know that you've been gone for a while. You're going away again. I figured this is the one day the three of us would be back
Not
together.
me.
I had
Oh,
to
you
be.
wanted to be here for the fireworks. Cut
Yes,
the crap.
but
this is why you
I
wanted
had
to
to
That's what
be
he's
here.
saying. I told you. I didn't think he was going to come in today.
You did, and I disagreed. I
I'll
thought
be as clear as I can be about this. This is not an act. He is scared of me. For all his...
What's the truth, damn it?
I'm afraid.
For the first time in my life, I'm afraid. There, you got me. Now break me down. I'm afraid.
I was wrong. You're right. I thought he'd be here. I thought he was.
Shh. What's it, John?
got past it.
Dino. Shh. Be quiet, Dino. It's okay. Yeah, you want a piece of... Here's a little piece of sausage. There you go. Shh. Shh. Oh, you give me a nosebleed? No bleedy, nosebleedy? I'll get you a little... Yep, there you go. You're all better now. There you go, John. There you go.
You want to hear me say it? You want to break me down? All right, I'm afraid.
What'd you... Oh, it's so funny when you say Pomeranian. There you go. You're so funny. I own him. I couldn't be more satisfied. I own him.
What
were
time did you
surprised.
get a call, Mike?
I was surprised.
I got about
I was surprised.
9:50.
Yeah, mine was somewhere in the 9 o'clock hour because we had been pumping up the return of Dino and Kirk at the same time because last night on Twitter, you guys were going back and forth pretty good. Not at each other, but but Jerry,
back and forth
Jerry,
is when you go
Jerry,
at somebody.
Jerry, indirectly,
and they respond.
they were both taking shots at each other indirectly.
Well, here's John retweeting somebody. Hopefully tomorrow Dino slaps the bleep out of this little twerp for being a punk. Dino retweets that. Dino's a big fan of advocating violence. As we know, he's sent texts to producers or would-be producers before advocating that they're violent toward me. So we know that's what John wants to do. He said he'd beat me up 100 times out of 100. I'm sitting here. Where is he? I know he's listening. So drive in. You feel fine. I mean, let's stop with that game. So drive in. I'm here. We'll be here till 10 o'clock, right?
As far as
I think
know,
so.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the plan.
well,
6
no.
to 10.
I'm
last
not going
check, yeah.
anywhere.
We'll be here.
I'll stay late. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Paul will be here. Ken will
I'm
be
actually
here.
taping a podcast after the show today.
You are?
Yes.
I hope it's better than the one you and Mutt did together last week.
You didn't like that one?
Yeah. Little under.
Say it. What's the problem?
It was
here?
oversold.
Oh, absolutely. Ken said oversold.
Well, not all of us can
I
do.
thought-
Not all of us can only do one podcast every 7-8 weeks, Jerry.
Hey, I'm here.
You know, not all of us can do that.
See, Kirk can't handle this. This is your baby, the podcast, and I have been the biggest fan, the biggest proponent. I have promoted it. I've tweeted about it, talked about it.
I'm welcome to criticism.
And in this case, Mutt wasn't comfortable. Mutt wasn't comfortable because this was going to be Angry Kurt going off on Dino.
I
and
sounded
others.
uncomfortable in that podcast.
You sounded uncomfortable and
Oh, you're
unwilling
nuts.
to go to those dark places.
If you'd
Yes.
had the power to fire one host at the
That's
station.
it. You have no thoughts on that. This is what I mean. I could see you. You're nervous right now.
There's not.
Yes.
It's your podcast.
Yeah, but I could see you're thinking I should get away from this. Your natural instinct is to get away from it.
Yes, that's
Not true.
Right.
That
You
is
summed
true.
that up.
That is
You
true.
summed that
he
up
does what he
perfectly
always
right
does.
there.
It turned Ask Kirk Anything into Let's Ask Mutt Questions. That was not the podcast proposal.
We're in there together. You're an on-air, in a way,
You
personality
were
at the station.
supposed to
No,
ask
I'm an
the
actual
questions.
on-air personality.
How
No,
many
but go ahead.
questions
Ask
did you have
us.
in your hand that you didn't ask, that you were reluctant to
No,
ask?
you saw the entire list. There were 0 questions on the list that I was handed that I didn't ask. I asked up and down that list.
Okay,
those
then
questions.
someone else was reluctant to go to those dark places.
I took every printout that
and
Ken
you said,
gave me.
You told him to save it to Thursday because you wanted to be here to answer for
Oh,
it.
that's true.
I called him a
Right?
coward. I mean, I don't know. What else do you want me to do?
I thought it would be more like right now.
I mean, I'm
I mean,
here.
But I'm also reluctant to criticize it because you're very sensitive about your
I'm
little
open to
podcast.
criticism.
You are not.
I heard John. The one thing I did here was the Breaking Balls podcast. With,
It was good, wasn't it?
It was okay. It was a little. Tangway's getting a little too big for his britches. He's got to take a deep breath.
Gary Marconi Tangway
Yeah, he's got
invented the medium.
He's got to relax. But John criticized my interviewing style, which is totally fine. I think that's a legitimate criticism. I don't have a problem with that.
As Ken said, it was oversold. I oversold it. I said this is going to be good. Minihane, takes the gloves off. Minihane not only attacks Dino but other people. He airs some dirty laundry, and it didn't really live up to the billing. The billing, which
You're guilty
I
of.
was doing.
I didn't tell you it was going to blow the world up. I didn't say that.
I thought it wouldn't air. It was so.
No,
I know. What
no,
part of that?
No.
You kept saying this probably won't air. What
Listening-
part of it are they not going to air?
Listening back, I got caught up in the moment of
So did I.
what was going on.
They're not going to. If I wanted to,
I don't
air,
want
it's
to
gonna
ruin.
air.
I don't want to ruin your mood.
I'm in a
saying,
great mood.
Saying I was just a little
You
disappointed.
can be disappointed with the podcast. It's okay.
Okay.
Maybe another one next
I will.
Thursday, another one after
And
that.
I'm sure it'll be great. And you've done some great ones, and you're really good at that, Kirk. Okay, you're
It's
good at-
fine, Jerry.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it. It's no problem. You can't. Nothing's gonna put me in a bad
I
mood. today.
loved.
This
the,
is happy
I
Kirk
loved the
today.
Lenny podcast. I don't think I've seen you since then. I think I might have texted.
I
you.
interrupted too much though.
I love the Lenny podcast. Next time, just a little advice: turn Lenny's mic on. That would be my advice.
That's not my world, but I understand the criticism. of that, too.
I couldn't listen to it on the beach. I was trying to listen to it on the beach, but little background noise, and I couldn't hear Lenny.
Part of the
So I
problem
had to go
was-
home and listen to it like
Right.
in a soundproof room.
Part of the problem is, Lenny. Lenny kind of moves away. You've been in here. You got to tell him to get
That's
his.
your job as
Eh,
a
I'd say it's-
professional.
I'd say it's-
Talking to the mic.
That's more of a production issue, I'd say.
Okay, it's a production issue. I don't know whose fault it was, but it would have been
I would
nice.
blame Ben Kinchin for that.
Okay,
Any criticism for the podcast is not directed toward me. I think that's important to note.
It's the bad guests that
Texter
they're
says,
bad at the
Kirk,
producers
shut
that are
up.
bad."
You couldn't carry John's jock.
I've seen him lately. That's true. It's probably about 96 pounds.
So I got the call somewhere in the 9 o'clock hour, and I admit, Jerry, I was like you. I was completely I was shocked that John was not coming in today. For whatever reason, he's sick. I'm here. I thought today was the reunion. I thought today was the 2-week buildup. There'd been so much talk about this, and the boys back together. You're on vacation next week.
I was supposed to be off today.
Yeah.
And Tangway was in, but then you were coming back for one day.
You were so excited to
And
see
Dino
me.
was here, and Dino was this new man. I mean, down in Connecticut, he was giddy. He was happy.
So the same guy was shilling listening to the show.
Down in Connecticut, he was in his element.
Oh.
There was golf, and it was just
Probably other stuff, yeah.
yeah, it was just a fun time for all.
Oh, you're giving
up on Benintendi?
Yeah, he sucks. Sucks. Send him back.
That's my fault.
So
And
you hadn't
then-
seen the game, right, the night before?
Right. And then he came on Thursday.
Didn't know one, right?
Schilling was here.
Is that true, Ken?
That's correct.
Schilling was here. We had a good time. We had a feast. He was in a great mood. So I thought he was going to be here. So I thought I should be here. So we canceled Tangway. And I thought Tangway, again, might walk out or something.
Who sits in that chair when Schilling's here?
I sit here.
Well, you're on Schilling's lap. Who's there?
Schilling sits there.
Oh, okay. I'm always
no,
confused
there was
by
only
that.
one
Where do the
guy
service
arguing
dogs
with
sit?
Schilling. I was arguing with Schilling.
About interleague play?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
You
It's
got-
been a
Wow.
I will say this. I know you're upset now that I criticize your podcast. I'll make you feel better. You didn't miss a damn thing in the world of sports.
Or
Nothing.
talk radio. God,
Nothing.
the segments I listened to on all three shows were dreadful.
Nothing. It was one of those weeks where interleague play was a topic, and Schilling doesn't like it. I like it.
Some good Olympic talk, Jerry.
That's true. We did good Olympic talk. So Mutt went home when I told him to and
Yep.
watched the Real Sports thing.
Excellent.
I watched it.
You watched it. Ken
watched
watched it.
Sure,
Everybody watched it.
everybody watched it.
Even
Yeah,
I
at
watched
this
it.
point, you got to
Except
watch it.
I don't think Dino, just moved into a new house. No HBO.
Oh, that can happen.
So
Yeah.
I had to, recap it for him, and I kind of explained.
There's probably a
to him.
new elementary on, too. That can get in the way.
Well, he has NBC.
Yeah, the
or whatever that
CSI
is, CBS.
New York finale was unbelievable.
There was a Madam Secretary on.
Did Gary Sinise kill the guy or not?
Is it Beavers?
Raphael Devers.
Yeah, but even though he didn't see it, we did a lot of Olympic
Kind of an
talk because
NSFW thing,
NSFW. It was.
We ranked Dolphins quarterback since '99. Remember that show? That was a good show.
I wasn't here for that.
We did Mount Rushmore of Patriots' most important
we did.
people. That was
We
good.
did Patriot Hall of Fame.
Ken, I know you're boring, right? Did you think the shows were good when I wasn't here?
It's like you were on the DO. We probably weren't 500.
Yeah. When you texted me yesterday,
We
you
had a
said
couple
I
good
just
shows.
said there
Yesterday
wasn't
was-
any material. We did our best.
2 hours on Service Dogs is not your best. I don't care what's going
Jackie
on.
Mack was good. I liked her.
Oh, that was a rough one.
I'm
That
not
was some of
sure why we did 2 hours on Service Dogs, but
Well, you're
It was
sitting
1
there.
hour. It was 1 hour.
No, it wasn't. That's
It
not
was
true.
one
I got
painful hour that
tweets
felt
during-
like 2.
it was an
multiple
hour and a
hours.
half.
No, it was not.
There's not
Sometimes
many-
those hours feel like 2.
I know
Been there.
I know you can get 5 lines on that, but we can get 5 lines on a lot of stuff. Doesn't mean
Right.
it's good.
It was terrible.
That's why.
No mosquitoes either.
Anyway, why did you call? Who made the call? Was that Ken or was it
No,
Joey?
Joey called me and
Joey.
said he'd
So
already butt.
why Mutt? When I was dealing with Tangway's sensitive feelings, I bumped him from the show, and I had to go, Gary, it's not your
When?
fault.
For Schilling?
For me, today.
Oh, today was supposed to be Tangway originally?
yes.
Oh,
you,
I-
Tangway, and Dino was the
don't-
schedule.
And I said, I got to come in here because I got to be here for this. This is historic.
Sure.
First of all, I have to break up the fight. Secondly, I'm not going to be with either of you guys for another week, so I wanted to be here. So I bumped Tangway, and you know how that is. I don't want him to walk out or quit. Or
We've done
anything.
that before,
I said,
yeah.
Garrett, we love you and all. Don't get upset. You can stay in bed that day, and I'm gonna be here. They're not bumping you for Who they bump him for last time? Tom
Bradford
Curran,
or Kirk,
Rob Bradford. It's me.
So who have I been replaced with?
And I said, it's just me. And he said, okay. But I was afraid he would get upset. So,
Screw him.
Dino,
Who cares?
you
I know,
care.
but at some point you got to say to Gary, you're a fill-in guy. That's life. If one of the hosts wants to come in and work, you go home.
So, Dino, whatever he did, called in sick. What did Dino do? What are we calling this?
Don't look at me.
I was told he was sick. That's what I don't know if it's different for you guys. I was told he was sick.
It came on quick because he looked great.
Awfully
yesterday.
coincidental, I would say.
Yes.
If he's sick, my thoughts and prayers are with him. All my belief in God goes to him today.
You're praying for him?
Yes.
I'm sure you are. So he calls in sick. What time did you get the call?
I got a text to call
About 10 o'clock?
before that.
Yeah.
How do you do
Before
that? 10 o'clock, aren't you like?
He was here, right?
I was here working. I was
You were
on the air
here and
from-
they said you have to be back in here at 5.
I talked to him last night about, 8 o'clock, 8:30?
Yeah, during the
call
show.
me?
Yep.
I said, you were joking about it. I wouldn't be surprised. I thought there was a good chance
Because
you were
I mentioned what John said on the air Wednesday, and it was the way he said it that I thought, just a little for a second, I thought maybe he's not kidding. When he joked about, I got a cold coming on, I think we had the sound, but he joked about it. Jerry brought up nosebleeds, and he joked, nosebleed.
Like, when you're little, right? When I was little, my mom was actually talking about to my daughter on the trip to Ireland. I used to be scared of in my room we had a little doorknob, and I was scared of the man in the doorknob. It was me. I would look at myself and I get scared, so my mom would put a blanket over it. I'm John's guy in the door. He's scared. So it's like I'm not going to criticize somebody
The
for being
man in the door.
for being scared.
Is that a good kid's book you're going to write for
I
us?
can't be critical of somebody who's scared. That's a natural human reaction. He's scared of me.
What's the truth, damn it?
I'm afraid.
He's scared. That's-
Scared of what?
I don't know. He's a
you,
little-
you're
he's
just a.
I don't. I'm not.
You're all talk. What are you going to beat him up?
Well, he'd beat me up 100 times out of 100. That's what he
we
said.
said.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Jerry,
believe that.
Jerry, you can't say you're shocked he's not here today.
I am surprised.
I am.
I am surprised. Ken, you saw him the last few days. He was.
But you're surprised.
Ken, you texted me last
Yes.
Monday. The last show. When I left, you said you didn't think he'd be here this day.
Well, he's called out a couple Fridays already. It's,
Yeah. I mean,
a
we can
trend.
call this what this is. I mean, for Christ's sakes, let's stop pretending.
Well, if Kirk had spent another day in Ireland, would John have been here today? Of
Yes.
course.
Oh,
No.
I'm getting the nosebleed. I'm getting a nosebleed.
And if that nasty
I'm
cough
getting a
would have been a
cough.
problem.
And by the way,
He foreshadowed it
He
there.
told. I'm a host.
That was Wednesday.
You're a producer. He told stories about nosebleeds 3 or 4 years ago. Remember? Way before any of this, he was talking about nosebleeds, and he said he had nosebleed the day after Ortiz at the Grand Slam against Detroit, and Tompkins had the touchdown. Remember that day we did the show together that day?
Not really, but
You know what I'm talking
You
about.
have a good memory, yes.
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 Yeah. So this nosebleed thing, this idea that nosebleeds ties into me or some work, I mean, it's just totally made up out of thin air.
But see, the
But you're proud of it.
Yo, absolutely.
it would have been great to have him here, though. He has to know that. I mean, he's done this long enough where he knows that people were locked in this morning to hear the three of you guys back together after the podcast aired yesterday, after John has been pretty open about his feelings about you on the air.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He
It
doesn't
would,
care.
It would have been great. That's
yeah,
why
but he doesn't. But have you listened to the show like the last year? He doesn't care that much.
So,
What
what happens
do you
next
want me
week?
to say?
What happens next week then? This is me pretending I'm a listener.
Well, I hope he's here. I hope we can have a
because
conversation.
he's on
about
vacation
it.
next week. Jerry's not here.
Are you in, Mutt, at all?
I've
next
not
week?
been told. Maybe next Friday. I was
Jerry,
scheduled to be in here.
Jerry has a grueling 3K bike race he's doing Saturday. So
Yeah, but
Now, I didn't know he's only
it's
doing
uphill.
one day of the P. I want to cut my donation in half now.
Yeah,
I thought you
good.
were doing the 2 days like the warrior that you've always been. Have you always done 2
This
days?
is your
Getting
second year in a
old.
row doing it, right?
Getting old. Yeah, I'm blaming my wife.
I am
though.
rooting
She's-
so hard. I want downpour tomorrow.
60% chance of thunderstorms
Oh,
all morning
Yes,
tomorrow
it's
here.
the
in
only
Boston.
day in the next week that looks like.
Is it that
First
much
of all-
worse riding in the rain, Jerry?
Oh, it's awful. It's the worst.
Oh,
In
it's-
fact, last time I did it, I think it was 2 years ago. I did.
I thought you were done after that.
6 hours
Yeah.
in the rain, and it was to the point where the puddles. By the time we got to Mass Maritime, the puddles were so deep you just went right through them, and you literally the puddles went over your feet, over your pedals, and you just go right head down, no talking, no looking. It was the worst day I've ever had riding a bike, and I said I will never ever do that again. Now it looks like I might have to if there are thunderstorms.
If you're only doing one day, you have to sort of do
But
Saturday,
it's
right?
also going to be hot, which is the
Yep.
other problem.
In
When it's
August?
really hot.
Weird.
I mean, hotter than other days, hotter than today.
What, 90?
And when it gets hot, yes, when it gets hot, you chafe. And Dino promised yesterday he was
chafing?
bringing me chafing spray
You mean the one,
today.
the one I pretended I used that time?
Yes, he told me I did use it, and it works. It helped. So he said today he was going to bring me the chafing spray.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to chafe tomorrow, and it's all your fault.
You have to go swing by Upton and get the chafing
It's
stuff.
all your fault. If it weren't for you, he'd be here with my chafing spray.
Yeah, to be fair. But at the same time, if it wasn't for me, he'd be going up to your house in Maine because you wouldn't have a job anymore.
I would.
So
I would. I know
Right.
that. Yes, there's always a place for me. But,
Yeah. I mean, you'd be, writing your stories for the Herald about interview
no,
play.
I'd be on a morning show.
I think he'd be a good WEEI.com columnist. I could see Gerry doing that. No? So no Dino today. That's the story. We got the late call. We are here.
I'm disappointed, Mike.
Kirk is
I
back.
love you. I love seeing you, but I was in the mood I was spoiling for a fight. It's been a couple of weeks. God knows I didn't want to do this dumb Patriots Hall of Fame talk.
Minahan's fresh off the plane. Gerry's here. No Dino. He is out.
I'm not giving up on him yet. First of all, I like the guy. So
I can tell, yep.
I don't want to. This is impression that we don't get along. I like him fine. He's great. He's got 3.5 hours to come in today and show up. Hopefully he feels better.
He does, and I will gladly walk away. People will be happy. Dino will get his chair back. And, 3.5 hours. Maybe he'll come in. Maybe he'll call in. Maybe he'll tweet at some point today. We'll see. We're here until 10 at 617-779-7937 is the phone number. Kirk, Gerry, and Mutt with you here on Sports Radio WEEI.